at this rank, anything goes. You're in the pit of despair. There's literally, it's very hard to predict, but what I would say is that the easiest lesson that you can learn in this rank is that you must not... Hello, my name is Worthy, a professional Valorant coach. If you're looking to climb the ranks and improve your overall gameplay, you definitely want to leave a like and a sub, and enjoy the video. One of the biggest problems I find with Killjoy mains or Killjoy players is they don't know when to switch it up and play aggressive. They don't know how to be first sometimes. They don't know how to take space. And that's usually where the issue comes in. One of the most common problems Killjoys have is autopiloting. They throw things the same way over and over again, especially in the Platinum rank. Platinum is the biggest plague of autopiloters, right? You do certain things a certain way, and you don't change it because it's worked in the past. But sometimes those things that you should be changing should be done because in a higher level you'd get punished for it. You need to understand your audience when you're communicating with certain people. For example, anything below or anything unranked, really, in solo queue, there's words that can work really well in a team environment, but words that won't work in a ranked environment. For example, instead of saying, I'm swinging this angle 3, 2, 1, the most common thing I'll say is bait me, right? I'll say bait me. That will get people to do what you want them to do. For example, if you want someone to follow you in, if you're a duelist, bait me is a perfect thing to say because everyone understands bait me. They say, oh, well, I'm gonna get a free frag out of this. I'm definitely gonna make a play off this. You'll make people alert to it. Platinums just need to have, there's like 1 or 2 things switch around and they're automatically ascendant. Honestly, it seems to happen all the time. The last 3 testimonials I've done for Platinum to ascendant. And it's always the same thing. They change their mindset from the result to focusing on the skill. They break their autopilot and then they shoot up 2 ranks within 1 month. It's like the most consistent thing I've seen over and over again. So it's just a shift from focusing on result orientation to understanding that the result will take care of itself if I focus on the skills involved. I would turret on top here. Turret on top here. It's a way of entering, so your turret becomes an entry and it points out where our first target's going to be. For example, you pop it on this spot here, and if someone's right here, the turret will lock onto that person. Your entry fragger's going to know exactly where to look when they first go through the smoke.
Oh yeah.
That was definitely an accident.
Yeah, he didn't mean to do that.
Okay, you're clearly not paying attention right now, because where should we go?
Yep. I'm not sure.
100% you go to B. B is free, 1, 2, and the last 2 are over here, right?
I didn't notice that the brim TP'd. Otherwise, I might have probably mentioned something about it.
But you know where everyone is right now. We should definitely just leave. Forget the brim. You know the last one's over here. Yep. If you know where the last one is, and it's like a 4v1, just bail. You have the bomb, plant toward the opposite site. Don't give them any opportunity. Because here's the thing, right? A lot of players in general think the way that I win this round is by killing all 5 people. That's actually the wrong mindset to have. Your mindset is, I need to get the bomb down and I need to kill time on that bomb so it goes down to 45 seconds from to 0 and explodes. That's how you win. And every decision that you make is based around that. If you're on defense, every decision you make is about bringing the timer from 140 down to 0, right? That's how you know you're making correct decisions if you play on the timer. Because the game just becomes that much more easier to frag all 5 people if you do that. If you decide to plant in this position, you're taking a 4v1 fight, and there's barely any time that you're going to kill on this bomb with them being right here on top of you, right? So now you're forcing a fight. Now when you force fights, sometimes you end up paying for it, and that's how 4v1s end up going the opposite way. So every move you make is based on bringing that timer down. Anyways, when the enemy team is on eco, what are they most likely to do?
They're gonna play in smokes.
Yep, that too. But before that, right? Let's say that you're playing back here and you're in the spot where I'm like, ooh, you don't have time to be doing what you're doing here, right? Where you're throwing that alarm bot down out in the open. Yeah, like this. So what are they most likely going to do on a round like this when they're on eco?
They're probably all just gonna push a site like together. I'm assuming they wouldn't split up.
Yeah, I mean, they can do that. Generally, they're going to be aggressive. So you at this rank, anything goes. You're in the pit of despair. There's literally, it's very hard to predict. But what I would say is that the easiest lesson that you can learn in this rank is that you must not be exposing yourself to a threat angle with utility out. If you can fix that issue, you probably get through this rank. So that being said, there's always an opportunity someone could just randomly crazy man swing you here beyond Brimstone's point of view and shoot you in the head right now. You should not feel safe to be doing this. This right here is me feeling like you're lacking a little threat awareness, which we'll see if we can find some more examples of this as we go around. There's threat awareness and there's threat assessment. Those are two different things. Threat assessment usually comes from, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can't predict this shit. I literally just called it. I've never seen this VOD before. You're gonna see stuff like this all the time in this rank, where they're gonna go for it. And good for them. They should. Because it's just a random, you know, eco round. Let's see what we can get out of this. Yeah, even you're scared. I can hear that reaction. And that's the spot where you want to be looking at all times. This is gonna die. Back off, back off, back off, back off, back off, back off. Okay, listen.
Yeah,
If you go in here
with the shorty.
and you die with this Vandal, okay? He picks this Vandal up, all of a sudden, this 1v4 looks kind of winnable, right? It's a little scary, okay? You cannot be doing this. See, the problem is when you buy this Vandal, it limits your options. If you had an SMG, like a Spectre, for example, I'd say go for it. Why not? Swing him. It's not that big of a deal. But if you lose that Vandal, now I'm a little worried.
Somebody come on with me.
Okay, why did we look left?
I don't know.
This is the
I was
threat assessment.
autopiloting.
I feel like you're not fully, I think it's coming back to the same thing I noticed in that second round. I don't think you fully know where the threat's coming from, right? You're not fully aware of that. So what I'd recommend you do as homework is you go to every single barrier and you hit start the game, so in custom, and I want you to knife out, see how long it takes for you to take contact on a certain spot. Like, how long does it take for you to get to here, right? Time it in your head. You should be doing this for every single map, honestly. If there's a barrier here, you're like, okay, how long does it take for me to get to this spot to take a fight on this person right here, right? Get all the timings down, because there should be no time where you're looking here at 1 minute 20 seconds without someone else taking kind of contact on you. There is a chance that they could be here,
Yeah.
like where your crosshair is, right?
Yeah.
You are, okay, when you are clearing things with this crosshair placement, you're prepping for fight number 3. Fight number 1 just happened here. Do you know where fight number 2 is? Heaven, okay? So you just died. You just died again. You just died again. Fight number 4, or sorry, 3, and then you'll have number 4. So I'll say 3 just for this one. So you died for fight number 3, or fight number 1, fight number 2, and now you're gonna die for fight number 3. Okay. Oh, fight number 0. Right? So that's where our crosshair placement's coming off a little bit on this situation. Why are we here? It's like they don't want to plant B? Hello?
Oh, it's gonna break the... They don't like rotating.
So what I would suggest, if you could pick up on this information, which you haven't been yet, so maybe this is something that you need to learn about, but in this situation, the way that you want to suggest things as an IGL in a ranked environment is say, last 2 are A, do we go B and plant question mark? You say it like that, with an upward inflection. That way you're not commanding people. If you command people, they'll tell you to fuck off, unfortunately.
On top of her wall, don't pick anything.
Yeah, see, like that?
Yeah.
Don't need to say stuff like that. What you need to say is 3v2, 3v2. 3v2, 3v2 should be enough for them to understand I should not peek in this situation. If they do it, you cannot control that. You move on.
Just play off Brim's contacts.
Yeah, see, all these commands here, that's gonna piss someone off. That'll piss someone off. I know how to play. Stop telling me how to live my life. Right? If you did that in a 5 stack, they'll be totally fine with it. Right? If they're bothered by it, they'll say something. In this, they're going to be misogynistic to you.
Yeah.
Right? You're opening up the door, the floodgates, for them to do stupid shit to you. And I'm not giving them the okay that this is a good thing for them to do. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you want to limit how much crap is being dished out at you. If people, if I said that, I would still get bullied, but it would be something completely different, right? Or someone will still say something negative to me. It would just be not misogynistic. They just use that as their weapon.